Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. All right, so for this morning's sunrise vinyasa, we're just going to take a few moments to settle down on our mats, find a nice, comfortable seat to begin our meditation, to start today's practice. So go ahead and begin to find a nice tall seat. In the most comfortable seated position for you today, either in lotus pose or in hero's pose. And for today's practice, we're going to reintroduce Mula Bandha, which is one of the locks within the body that we use within our yogic practices. The main bandha that you'll hear most teachers talking about when they say pull the navel back to the spine, they are referring to the Uddiyana Bandha. So that engagement is one that we use often. The supporting engagement that we use to support the Uddiyana Bandha, which even strengthens our practice even further, is the Mula Bandha. So the Mula Bandha is actually located right at the base of your pelvis. So it's the entire area of the pelvic muscles, the pelvic floor, also called your PC pump. It's also the same engagement that you would use within a Kegel exercise. It's also the same engagement that you use while holding a full bladder. So within today's meditation, we're going to be locking both bandhas, the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha. And then we're also going to take the awareness mudra. So let's take that first. So with the awareness mudra, you're going to take the back of the hands together, and then you're going to interlace the fingers, and you're going to flip the fingers in towards the palms. You're just going to cross your thumbs in, and you're going to take your hands over towards your heart. And then from here, we're going to close our eyes and begin to bring our full awareness down to the base of the pelvic muscles. So notice how the pelvic floor gently rests, gravitating towards the ground. Remembering the engagements of the pelvic floor, on your next inhalation, begin to lift the pelvic floor away from the earth in towards the navel. Once the pelvic floor pulls itself up all the way towards the navel, can you gently begin to guide the navel back towards the spine and then lift the navel up in through the ribs. So this is going to give you a little bit of a scooping action within the belly. On your exhalation, release both engagements, and then we're going to re-engage once again. And then we're going to hold the engagements through our meditation. Inhale to engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the navel back and up in through the ribs, hollowing out the belly. Keeping these both bandhas fully engaged, let's bring our awareness to the touch points of the breath, the area within the nostrils and above the upper lip, so that we may begin to focus the mind, going inward, preparing ourselves for our practice today. See if you can notice subtler sensations within the area of the nostrils as you continue to observe the breath passing through this area. Let us begin today's practice by sealing our intention at heart's center and then spreading our intention throughout the entire body through the sound of Om. From here, we're going to inhale. Arms are going to trace the entire circumference of the sun as the fingertips reach all the way overhead. Palms touch. On your exhalation, you're going to guide the hands towards heart center in Anjali Mudra. Now we're going to take our inhalation to Om. So when you're inhaling, guiding the breath through the crown of the head, all the way through this into the center of the heart, igniting every single cell throughout the heart. And then as you exhale, exhaling from the center of the heart throughout the entire body, igniting every single cell it touches. Inhaling now. Rubbing your hands vigorously together, creating heat through friction. And once you find the hands get toasty and warm, cupping the hands over the eyes, inhaling the warmth of the touch. And then as you exhale, releasing the hands away from the face, a gentle transition from darkness to light. Okay, so from here, let's get onto our spines. So we're going to start to awaken the back body and the core muscles to prepare us for the rest of the practice. Coming in and out of bridge. So when we come out of bridge, we're going to be going into reverse table. So if this is new to you, reverse table is simply your feet are lifted and your legs are bent at a 90-degree angle. And then once you come out of your bridge, you're going to go into reverse table and you're going to inhale, reach all the way forward as you pull the navel back down towards the earth and cinch the space between the hips and the ribs. So beginning in bridge position, we're going to guide the feet at a relatively close distance towards the sit bones. You're going to guide the arms alongside the body, spread your fingers nice and wide. From here, you're going to start to press the hands into the mat, press the length of the arms into the mat, and the shoulders. Notice that when you descend the shoulders down onto your mat, the front of the chest begins to lift. From here, we're going to inhale, press to the feet, lift your hips up nice and high, all the way up towards the ceiling. You're going to keep pressing through the feet vigorously as you fire up your glutes. And then you're going to start to lift the heart up towards your chin for 3, 2, and 1. On your exhalation, begin to melt the entire length of the spine down. We're just going to give ourselves a little tiny bit of a rest here before we come out of this. So from here, we're just going to take our feet as wide as the mat, arms into either T or cactus, and you're going to just swish the knees from side to side. Two and 1. Excellent. Bring a little bit of mobility in through the spine. Walk the feet back to hip width distance apart. Guide the arms alongside the body once again. Inhale, bridge. Holding here. At the base of your inhalation, hold your breath. Scoop the belly in. Mula Bandha engages. Uddiyana Bandha engages. Lift the pelvic floor. Pull the navel back towards the spine. Lift it up through the ribs for 3, 2, nice tight core here, and 1. Exhale, roll that spine all the way down. Keep your bandhas fully engaged as you lift the feet, reverse table, inhale, reach forward. At the base of your inhalation, hold the breath, pull the navel down, engage further, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Notice the difference between the sensations of your engagements from the pelvis all the way up towards the breastplate. Beautiful. Exhale. Limbs come back down towards the ground. And we're going to start flowing in and out of this. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, lower the spine all the way back down towards the ground. Once the hips land, you're going to inhale, lift the feet, reach forward, reverse table. At the base of your inhalation, exhale, limbs come all the way back down. Keep that that core nice and tight as we're flowing through. Inhale, bridge. Engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, melt the spine all the way back down. Reverse table reach. We're going to do that one more time before flipping ourselves into tabletop position. Exhale, limbs come back down. Inhale, bridge. And exhale to release the spine all the way back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Let's tuck the knees into the chest. Begin to roll from side to side. Massage the spine. Perfect. Now, one of my favorite ways to come up is through rocking from front to back. So on the third round, we're just going to pop right up, and then we're going to flip our legs back so that we can go into tabletop position. So let's start rolling front to back. 3, 2, and 1. So you're just going to flip yourself over into tabletop position. I'm flipping the other way so you can still see me. All right, so in tabletop position, the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees under the hips. So from here, we're going to do, it's actually one of my favorite versions of cat-cow. We've been doing this for the past couple weeks. So we're going to skip through cat-cow so we can get into our sun salutations a little bit faster. We're going to do this variation instead. Tuck the toes under, send the sit bones all the way back towards the heels. Perfect. Release the weight of the head. On your inhalation, pull the navel back into the spine and start to shift your body forward. As you're shifting your body forward, can you fluff up the entire length of the spine? So you're going to lift the space between the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, lifting the back of the heart. And then as you start to slide past the wrists, you're going to descend the belly and the spine towards the earth as you lift your heart and reach through the crown of the head. So this almost kind of sort of looks like an upward facing dog position. And then you're going to exhale, sit bones back. Excellent. Inhale forward. Now, as you begin to inhale forward, can you engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, all the way through? Exhale back. All right, let's go for 3 rounds. Inhale 3. Exhale back. Inhale 2. Exhale back. Inhale 1. Exhale back. Perfect. Inhale, tabletop position. And from here, we're going to guide the knees a little bit closer towards each other, get the feet a little bit closer towards each other. We're going to start to move through the outer hips. So on your exhalation, you're going to shift your hips towards the right, and you're going to swing them all the way back across the heels, up over towards the left. From the left, sweep the sit bones back across the heels, inhale through the right. Continue to shift from side to side as you shift your sit bones across the heels to make your journey over towards the other side. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, let's come into downward facing dog, taking your heels all the way back towards your mat. So as you lift your hips up nice and high, we're going to start to find the appropriate engagement in our downward facing dog. Open up your fingers nice and wide, press through the heels of the palms, press through the lengths of the fingers. You're going to press through the lengths of the fingers and the palms so much that the center of your palms begin to lift away from your mat. And then from here, you're going to start to push your mat away from you. And as you do this, your shoulders are going to come away from your ears naturally. Then you're going to descend your drishti, which is your gaze, towards the inner thighs as you lift your sit bones up nice and high and descend the heels of the feet closer towards the earth. Let's take 2 more breaths here, pressing through all 4 limbs evenly. bending the knees, navel to spine. Taking a look at the front of your mat, engaging on your inhalation, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Hold the engagement. On your exhale, you're going to hop or step forward. So if you've not ever hopped forward before, these engagements, using the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha, actually help create a sense of lightness that will help you either jump forward or jump back throughout your practice. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Coming into our little twist here, we're going to take our left hand over the right ankle. You're going to straighten out your right leg as you inhale, reach up to the sky through the right hand. Exhale to switch. You're going to take your right hand over the left ankle. You're going to straighten out that left leg, bending the right, and you're going to reach all the way up towards the ceiling through the left hand. Exhale, switch. All right, let's continue to shift from side to side with the rhythm of your breath. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your knees bent here, you're going to slide your hands over your feet. So your knees can bend as much as you'd like here in order for that to happen. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to take your sit bone into space. You're going to slide your hands over the knees, and you're going to take your sit bones back here. You're going to let your spine go into an extension. So you're going to let the mid-spine dip forward into cow. And then we're going to inhale to cat, exhale to cow. On your inhalation, I want you to think about drawing the energy from the base all the way up into your body. And then on your exhalation, distributing all that energy throughout your body. You can exhale through an open mouth if you wish to do so. Inhale to tuck the tailbone under. Keep your arms drawn in through the trunk of the body. Pull the navel back. Engage your bandhas. Exhale to release. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the pelvic floor, pull it in through the navel, pull the navel back in through the spine, lifting all that energy through the earth up in through the body. Exhale to release. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale, cat. Exhale into cow. Last round. Inhale, tuck and engage all of those bandhas, lifting the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Spine reaches all the way to the back. And then exhale, last breath to release. Inhale, trace the sun, Hastasana, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Excellent. Now that we've made it up, we are going to go through 3 rounds of sun salutations A and 3 rounds of B. Inhale to trace the sun. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. So when you hear lift and lengthen, you're thinking about actually lengthen the entire spine by pressing through that soft spot right at the center of the head. On your exhalation, plant the hands, step or hop back plank. And then from here, you're going to draw the inner arms towards each other. Pull the navel back into the spine, engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And then on the base of your exhalation, lowering down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Be mindful not to lock your joints like this. So keep a nice soft micro bend in your joints. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Flipping your toes under, lifting your hips up nice and high. And finishing our first round of sun salutation A. So take a few breaths here. Nice deep breaths. All right, last breath. On the next inhalation, you're going to bend the knees, pull the navel back into the spine, lift the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, hop or step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen, pressing through the soft spot right at the center of the head, descending the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening the neck. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, trace the sun on the way up. Rise, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart's center, Samastitihi. Inhale, trace the sun. Exhale, forward fold. Picking up the pace here a little bit. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lower down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 long, luxurious breaths. Last breath. Bending the knees, inhale, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, engage. Exhale, hop or step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, trace the sun on the way up, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart's center, Samastitihi. All right, let's do one of those one more time. Inhale, Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lower down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, that was the last sun salutation A for today. We're going to be moving on to B. All right, so let's take a couple breaths here, preparing us to move a little bit faster, preparing for a little bit of a more vigorous practice. B's tend to be a little bit more heating. So go ahead and take the next 2 deep breaths here, lengthening your inhalation and your exhalation. Remember to keep those bandhas fully engaged as much as you can, for as long as you can, to support your practice and stay with the nice, long, even breath. All right, on your inhalation, we're going to bend the knees, navel to spine, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Take a look at the space right between your hands, aim, and hop forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart's center, Samastitihi. Perfect. Moving in through sun salutations B. So for this purpose, we're going to step our feet. We're going to try chair in 2 different ways. So we're going to try chair pose with our feet hip width distance apart, and then the next time we come up through, we're going to try chair with our feet together. So this is going to give you a little bit of perspective on the engagements through chair pose. So from here, make sure that your ankles are stacked right underneath your hips. We're going to inhale, arms up, sit bones back. So on the inhalation, we're going to start right off in chair pose. So to make sure that you're doing chair pose correctly, you're just going to make sure you're going to take a look down at your feet first. If you cannot see your feet, you're going to shift the sit bones back and take a greater bend to the knees, making sure that your feet are still available for your eyes to look at. And then from here, you're going to inhale, lift the crown of the head as you lift the arms alongside the ears.
So the crown of the head is nice and lifted, facing the ceiling. Your heart's nice and open, chest is open, shoulders are back. And then from here, you're going to start to push the feet into your mat and then push the feet away from you. So you're pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Push, 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 push. This is going to activate the sides of your thighs and the back of your glutes. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plank. Lowering down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. At the base of your exhalation, we're going to start moving right away. We're going to inhale, right foot forward. You're going to pivot the back foot, heel to heel alignment, getting ourselves ready for warrior one. So that back foot's going to be at about a 45-degree-ish angle. You're going to square your hips towards the front of your mat, navel to spine, Mula Bandha engages, Uddiyana Bandha engages, fingertips come up towards the ceiling, palms touch in Anjali Mudra as you bend that right knee over the ankle. At the base of your inhalation, exhale, hands come back down to the ground. You're going to pivot the back foot. You're going to step the right foot back into plank. From plank, you're going to lower down to transition. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, coming in through warrior one. You're going to pivot the back foot, heel to heel alignment. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, fingertips to the sky. Gaze is at the base of your palms. At the base of your inhalation, exhale, hands come back down to the ground. Step back, plank, and lowering down to transition. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, same here for 3 of the longest breaths that you can take. Now we're going to move into 2 more sun salutations B, so our bodies can get a little bit more adjusted to this practice. So while we're taking these breaths here, I'm just going to take a moment to say, if you're feeling extra super duper comfortable with your sun salutations A and B today, there is a class at 10:30 that is called Ashtanga. In Ashtanga practice, we use 3 A's and 3 B's at the beginning of our practice before going into the standing poses. If this is something that interests you, please come see me at 10:30, or you can take a look at the videos online as well. So the Ashtanga practice does help significantly to strengthen your overall yogic practices. All right, let's start to move here. Inhale, bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Exhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. As you're folding, you're going to descend your sit bones way back into space, preparing for your seat in chair pose. On your next inhalation, you're going to slide the fingertips across the earth all the way up towards the ceiling, pushing your feet into the earth, away from each other for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands through heart to center, Samastitihi. Beautiful. All right, let's do 2 more. Inhale, chair. So this time for chair, we're going to take our feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, pivot the back. Warrior one, Virya Bindrasana. Exhale, hands come back down to the earth, step back plank to transition. Lowering down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, Virabhadrasana, warrior one. Pivot the back heel and fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, that was round 2. Staying here for a couple of breaths, lengthening your inhalation and your exhalation. Let's take one more breath here before going into the last sun salutation B. Big, big breath in through the nostrils, exhaling through an open mouth. All right, bending the knees. Inhale, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale to hop or step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Descend your sit bones way back into space. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Last sun salutation B for today's practice. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, plank. Lower down on empty lungs, hugging the arms and the bandhas inward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands come back down, plank. Lowering down from plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, pivot the back. Virabhadrasana. Exhale, plank to lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Shake out your head, side to side, front to back. Release your neck. And allow your head to hang heavy here. One more breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bending the knees. Inhale. Mula Bandha, engage. Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, trace the sun, Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering down from plank all the way to the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So moving on throughout the rest of our practice, let's get some work done through our shoulders. We're going to inhale, right foot steps forward. You're going to go right into our high lunge. So in our high lunge, you're going to make sure that that back supporting leg is nice and strong. Press back through the left heel. Press down through the right foot. Okay. From here, engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Draw the thighs towards each other as you lift the fingertips up to the sky. As you exhale, sink into your high lunge. So you're going to bend that knee nice and strong right over your ankle. That left back leg is nice and strong, pressing back through the heel. On your exhalation, you're going to take your arms wide into cactus pose. So you're going to bend your elbows, palms face forward. On your next inhalation, you're going to sweep the fingertips back across the earth and all the way back up towards the sky, forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, sweep forward. All right, let's keep moving our arms here with the rhythm of our breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up, arms rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, taking your twist over towards the right side. You're going to press the outer left arm into the outer right leg. Keep that back leg nice and strong, pressing through the hands, shifting the right shoulder back, keeping the chest open. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep forward, unwind, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands come back down to the earth. Take the sit bones back. So as you take the sit bones back here, you're going to make sure that the hips are nice and square. The right leg is straight now. Be mindful to keep a soft micro bend at the knee and not to hyperextend. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Three. Nice big breaths throughout the backside of that right leg. 2. And 1. Inhale, sweep forward, bending the right knee. Exhale, step back plank. And flow through either Vinyasa or Child's Pose. Once you're in downward facing dog, taking the next 2 deep breaths. Perfect. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Perfect. Square the hips. Mula Bandha engages. Uddiyana Bandha. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, press back through the right heel and take a stronger bend to that left knee. Beautiful. Inhale, fingers open. Exhale, cactus pose. Open up those elbows nice and wide. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep back and forward. Bringing a lot of fluidity in through the shoulders today. Continue to move in and out of cactus through the rhythm of your breath. Synchronizing your breath to bring harmony throughout the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center, twisting towards the towards the left this time. So coming into a twisted high lunge, guiding the outer right arm to the outer left leg, pressing the palms in through each other. The left shoulder shifts back, keeping your chest nice and open, pressing back through that right heel nice and strong for 3, 2, and 1. All right, inhale, swirling all the way back through center. Fingertips to the sky. Exhale, palms down to the ground. Sit bones back. Square the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen as you straighten that left leg. And then exhale to forward fold. Okay, let's take one more deep breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, plank. And flowing through Vinyasa or coming straight into Child's Pose. Few very deep breaths here. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees, navel to spine, engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor. Take a look at the front of your mat. Exhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, we're going to go back into chair, but we're going to keep our shoulders and our chest open as we do so. So bend your knees greatly here, releasing your belly and your chest over your thighs. You're going to spread your toes nice and wide. And then from here, you're going to open up your arms into a T position. You're going to flip the palms up to the sky, sweep the hands back, interlace the fingers. You have a couple options here. So when I come up, I'm going to come up on my tippy toes. You can keep your heels down, or you can do it with me and come up onto your tippy toes once we get into chair pose. So once the fingers are interlaced here, you're going to press the hands back as you peel your heart off your thighs, coming into chair pose. Your hands are going to be lifting away from the earth, opening up your heart and your chest. And then from here, you have the option. You can either stay here in your chair with the heels planted, or to give yourself a little bit of a work throughout your calves, you can come up onto your tippy toes, lifting your heels off the ground. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If your heels are lifted, to descend the heels. And then from here, we're going to release the chest over the thighs. We're going to come into a forward fold, keeping our arms exactly where they are. So in your forward fold, you're going to make sure that your hands feel heavy, like weighted hammers, like Thor's hammer. You're going to let your hands be very heavy here, opening up your chest into your forward fold for 3, 2, and 1. Start to bend your elbows here. Once your hands land on your back, you're going to release the hands. You're going to take your hands over your elbows here. And you're just going to swing from side to side. For 3, 2, and 1. All right. Inhale, Hastasana. Reach up to the sky. Paint the sun on the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, paint the sun. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Slowly release yourself down to the ground on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so we're going to give our sides a little bit of a stretch here. From here, we're going to bend the left knee. We're going to walk our right foot over past the left leg. And you're going to press down through the right heel. Three, two, and one. Come back to center, bending the right, guiding the left foot as far past the right foot as possible, pressing down through the heel. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. And we're going to pedal out both knees. Okay, beautiful. All right, so from here, we're going to come back in and out of plank through downward facing dog 3 full times. When we come forward on the 4th round, to lower all the way down from plank so that we can shift into our back bends. All right, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, navel to spine, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, shifting forward into plank. That's 1. Exhale back. Beautiful, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, navel to spine, bandhas engage. Plank, exhale back. Last round, just like this. Inhale forward, navel to spine. Exhale back. All right, down for the count. Inhale forward. Exhale all the way down. Excellent, we made it back down. All right, taking the feet together, we're going to take our arms into cactus pose. So cactus pose, you can kind of sort of maybe not see what I'm doing here, so I'll explain what we're going to do. So your elbow is right in line with your shoulder. Your elbow is bent at a 90-degree angle. Your hands are facing forward, okay? And from here, you're going to pivot your hands out at a 45-degree angle. We're going to be coming into seal pose. You'll find out why it's called that in a second. Inhale, lift your heart and your belly off the earth. Beautiful. Seal pose. Okay, perfect. So we're going to shift in seal pose to twist the spine. So on your inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back to center. As you exhale, you're going to tip your right shoulder down. Take a peek towards the back of your mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Continue to shift from side to side with the rhythm of your breath. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Exhale, release the front of your chest all the way down. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to slide back into child's pose. Taking a couple of breaths here, lengthening your breath. All right. So from here, before we transition back onto our spines, I'm just going to give our shoulders a little bit of movement, and we're going to twist our spine once again. So we're going to keep our sit bones resting at our heels as we rise into hero's pose. However, the fingertips are going to reach up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift. Flip the palms away from each other. Exhale, sweep back wide. Flip the palms up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist towards the right. So when you're twisting, you're going to take your left hand over your left hand over your right knee. The right hand reaches on the earth behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist as you take your gaze past the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist towards the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open up your heart. Exhale, navel to spine, gaze past the left shoulder. Beautiful. Slowly start to come back to center. We're going to dip one of our hips down and we're going to slip our feet forward. So once our feet are forward, you're going to extend your legs. You're going to press through the heels of the feet, tuck the toes in towards you. So for our last strengthening pose, we're going to be holding Dandasana. So if you do this pose properly with the appropriate engagements, the majority of your muscles throughout your whole body should be fully engaged. Fun fact for the day. So when you actually activate your feet into flexion, which is what I'm doing right here, pressing through the heels of the feet, tucking the toes in, once your arch lifts, it's actually activating your pelvic floor as well. So as your arch is lifting through your feet, your pelvic floor slightly lifts and engages at the same time. Fun fact for the day. All right, Dandasana, staff pose. You're going to take your hands alongside your hips. You're going to keep your feet fully flexed. Press, 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 press to the heels. And you're going to draw the arms towards the trunk. You're going to descend the shoulders away from the ears as you lift through the crown of the head. Lift the pelvic floor away from the earth. Pull the navel back in through the spine. Lift the navel up in through the ribs. So your legs are fully engaged. Your core is fully engaged. You're reaching through the crown of the head. Your spine is nice and straight. Your heart is fully lifted. The pelvis tips forward ever so slightly here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Take 2 more breaths here. On each exhalation, relaxing more of the body forward, coming a little bit deeper and deeper each exhalation. In the base of the last exhalation, you're going to take your drishti, your gaze, towards your toes. And then on your inhalation, you're going to pull your heart forward, scoop the belly in, exhale, take an even deeper forward fold. One more breath. Release the hands and start to take the spine back to a neutral state. From here, we're going to bend the knees, shift the hips forward, plant the feet, and we're going to release the spine back down to the ground. Try to guide the arms into tear cactus. And we're going to take our feet as wide as the mat. Knees are bent. And you're just going to swish the knees from side to side. Finally, taking the knees in through the chest. Rocking from side to side. And then finally coming back to center. And then on your next exhalation, guiding your forehead to your knees. As you begin to take your next breath, slowly begin to release the full body all the way back down to the earth. Giving yourself any other minor adjustments so that you are comfortably resting in the final resting pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Allowing your eyes to close. Allowing your breath to come back to a neutral state. Noticing the weight of the body resting on the earth, surrendering to gravity. Allowing your body to melt, sink, release, and let go. Let go of all of the tension throughout your body. Let go of thoughts. Let go of any limitations. Allow yourself to swim freely through the body and the mind. Allowing yourself to simply be as you observe the breath and all of the wonderful sensations from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head. From the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Witnessing this wonderful vessel as it rests. Let's take the next 3 deep breaths in Shavasana.
preparing ourselves, our bodies, and our minds to finish today's practice. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils, exhaling through a sigh. And at the base of the last exhalation, bending the knees into the chest, gently rolling over towards the right side of the body, planting the left hand on the earth in front of the chest. As you take a moment here to have gratitude for your practice today, for all of your efforts, for honoring your breath and your body, for this act of self-care. Pressing to the left palm, rising back into a seated position to close today's practice with the sound of Om on your exhalation. Guiding the hands towards the heart center in Anjali Mudra, resting the length of the thumbs over the sternum to connect with the rhythm of the heart's beat. Let us inhale to Om to close today's practice. Inhaling now. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Peace, peace, peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, and freedom. Have the most wonderful of days, and may the sun shine within you internally forever. Namaste. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It was an honor guiding you in today's practice, as it is always. If you have any questions or comments, anything in regards to modifications, postures, practice, if there's anything that you'd like to see in class, if there's anything that your body is asking you to do, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to fulfill any and all requests, as well as questions as well. My name is Ivy Zintera, and I hope that you have the most beautiful day, and may peace fill every single cell of your entire being. Until tomorrow, 7 a.m., unless you're joining me for the next class, which is at 10:30, Ashtanga Level 1. It's a great practice, actually. So if you've not tried it before, maybe try it today. Bye for now.